Yeah, it's just your boy, Mr. Soda Baker, the money taker, the toast, blank, 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 like, like that, da, 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 like, yo, just got another one for y'all, man, real quick, like, yo, I remember we was, in DC, right? You heard? So I forgot to introduce y'all to my people's little methadone stay twisted. You see his eyes is closed and they red. Don't pay him no mind. He twisted. Anyway, we was in DC. You know what I'm saying? It's me and my mans, and these OGs. Well, I'm gonna tell you how it started. My man, my cousin, he was locked up. This kid named Dietrich, you know what I'm saying? And Dietrich, I guess he wasn't a tough guy. My cousin, he been down since the 80s. He was, rock solid. Boxing, doing all that, knocking niggas out and all that. So he had Dizzy under the weight thing, and there was another kid named Jamel. Jamel turned out to be a rat, but boom, I didn't know that at the time. Jamel, he got snagged at Port Authority with with like a joint in his bag or something, and right before that, don't you know, I was so enthused. I was young. I was so enthused by these cats. I was taking the bomb out of town with them. I remember they came and got me like 3 in the morning one night. They wanted me, but I wanted to prove myself to these cats so bad. I wasn't dressed, Usually when I did work like that, I'm keeping it real. I put on like I was a college student, dressed up, but they caught me at 3 in the morning. It was like they was rushing me. So I was on some like, come on, man, some LL Cool. I had the hat, the EPMD hat. I had like a little polo shirt. I had the sweatpants with one sweat leg pulled up. Look, and I'm getting off the bus in DC with a joint in the bag, and it was 2, 3 black cops just standing there looking at me. But I was so fearless. Didn't even matter. Then, no, before that, we went to Lynchburg, Virginia. Then we went to D.C. We was in Lynchburg, Virginia, like 3 days before that, but it was slow. We was in the hotel, I was chefing up bombs for them, he didn't really know how to chef like that, I was chefing up the bomb for him, so boom, we went to D.C. We was in D.C., Dietrich he had a crib over there. I think it was I forgot, Strawberry. We was some Anacostia Park area, some Strawberry Street, and I can't remember the names. But I was in D.C. a couple times, and I was down in D.C. when it was terrible. I was down there when it was terrible, and but I'm gonna tell you about the crew I was with. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Jamel and them was on some real gangster type of time when they taught me how to get money. How I saw how they was moving when I was down there, I took that same energy to other towns I was in. Cause look, boom, this is what they would do. Keeping it 100. Never saw nothing like, yo. I was really in awe of these cats, right? They would go to the block. I saw them one day. They went to the block where it was the Jamaicans. And back then they was on that type of time that Steven Seagal, the posses and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jamaicans were supposed to be extra tough. It's like niggas was like mentally like scared of these, like, yo, the dreads and all that. Anyway, yo, they would give the dreads work. I seen them give the dreads work and don't even come back for like 2 weeks and hoping when they came back, they didn't have that money. And I saw an incident one time where the dread, they pulled up, they had a long Ford LTD. I never forget it, a silver Ford LTD. It looked like a police car. And we used to pack, he's like, yo, come on, we gonna ride. And everybody, it was a dude named Divine. I think he was from Kentucky. He had one of their cousins or something. He wound up getting 60 years out in Kentucky trying to hustle out there. But he was with us. Another dude was Dietrich. It was Jamel. It was like 5 of us. We get up in the car, they throw the bats in the car, boom. We ride up on the strip where the Jamaicans is getting money. So they looking for dreads, specific dread. Now, mind you, this is 2, 3 in the afternoon. Everybody outside. This is how you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I was with some real thorough. You know what I'm saying? When Unique Mecca Audio, see this? He gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, Mecca Audio, D and Jamal. And I know you know them. We got on a block where it was nothing but dreads. The dread that they was looking for, he was out there, but he didn't have that money. Boom. Yeah, okay, you don't got that money. They was hoping, and they gave him something short, maybe like a 2 O's or something. He owed them maybe about roughly maybe two stacks, whatever it was. You know, it wasn't no real heavy, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't have it. That's what they was hoping for. That was part of the plan. Because that's what the bats was for. They opened that trunk, man, and everybody grabbed the bat and started wearing the dread out in front of everybody, in front of the other dreads he was with, in front of the little chicks that's running around in the projects, all that. Played it. 2, 3 in the afternoon, broad daylight, in front of everybody. Police passed by, kept rolling by there, all that. That's how they used to rock. And that put something in me. That had me hyped like, yo, these niggas is the realest ever. You know what I'm saying? Because I never seen nothing like that. Everybody used to be scared of the dreads. But not, you know what I'm saying? But that's how they got their name up out there in them DC streets. And guess what? Ninjas out there ain't play with them. And I ain't even realize what type of danger I was in out there. Boom, I'm going to tell you another story. I was out there. Boom. One night, Jamel takes me to this crib. All right. Jamel takes me to this crib. And in the crib, it was a bunch of fiends. You know, he left me with the bomb. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my little 1-2, nothing but working halves. In case you don't know, you know what the working halves is, little meth? The working halves is the 50 pieces. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got $50, you can't taste that butter. You know what I'm saying? So boom, they had the working halves, right? So the lady who owned the house, who ran the house, who crib it was, her name was Candy. And Candy was like I didn't know she was a fiend too, right? But this is the thing. Candy was so fine and her backside was so bubbled out. It was crazy. She must have had just started smoking last night. It was crazy. You understand? So boom. But Jamel left. Boom. So I'm in charge. It was a bunch of fiends in there, and I remember seeing it was this little dude sitting in the corner, just kept pushing his demo. He looked at like one of Joe Frazier's sons, little Hector Frazier or something. He might have been him. I don't know, but this is why I think it might have been him. Later on that night, Candy tries to get over on me, right? I gave her like 3, 4 joints, and she shorted me one, and she tried to, do it like I was like a new jack. I was young, you know what I mean? But I wasn't stupid. You know what I'm saying? I had my, you know what I'm saying, put in work in the streets and all that. I wasn't no fool. Okay? Candy tried to get over. So why we in the kitchen and we going back and forth over this little 50 bag she got over on me? But I'm looking at her, I'm in awe because I want to smash on the low. I'm like, yo, I'm going to smash Candy. I'm going to smash her. That she had the bubble. So boom, I'm going easy on her actually. Boom, so this is what happened. Jamel walks in the crib and I ain't know he was in the crib. So as I'm in the kitchen talking to her, here he come in the doorway like he just appeared, like out of thin air. Boom, here's Jamel. So he's like, yo, son, what's good here? I said, nah, Jamel, I got it. So he had already heard the conversation behind the wall in the living room, right? So he knew that she got over, but he knew her better. That's the first time I was meeting her. I ain't know her like that. He knew her. He knew she was slick and all that, right? He had dealt with her before. So you know what he did? He said, yo, Candy. And I'll never forget this, yo. He said, come here. So Candy came in front of him And he did like this. He said, come here, Candy. He said, what I tell you about messing up $10, 10 cents of my money? Yo, before I knew it, and Jamel was Diesel, Cock Diesel. He used to be a bodyguard for Leon Spinks when he won the title against Muhammad Ali. He was Diesel, black short Diesel. Turned out to be a RZA. Yo, he hit this chick so hard in her face. He cocked back and just boom, and picked her up, knocked her down, picked her up. Yo, he hit her so hard, I thought he hit me. I said, oh! Thought he broke my jaw. He hit this chick so hard. Boom, he picks her up, grabs her up, picks her up off the floor, and throws her through the wall. So boom, you know how the cartoons, it'd be like, you know what I'm saying, Bugs Bunny and the Road Runner, he run through the wall and you can see his whole body, the image of his body's plastered through. That's how she was. Her body was stuck in the wall. They had the other fiends had to come and peel her out the wall. Then he flipped. He pulled out the big tray pound with the neoprene grip, the big chrome Smith & West with the black neoprene grip. Pull that out. He had a sweatsuit on, a green Adidas sweatsuit. I'll never forget it. You heard? He had on a green Adidas sweatsuit, Little Meth, the same color as your garments that you got on right now, but it had the stripes on the side. Anyway, it's my man right here. Little Meth, don't pay him no mind. He twisted. You know what I'm saying? Hits her, picks her up, throws her through the wall. I'm standing there like this, like bugging, like, oh, like, yo. Fiends peeled out the wall, then he made everybody leave. So this one dude, remember I was telling you about the little dude, Joe Frazier looking face little dude, you know what I'm saying? He's still on the couch after he told like 7, 8 fiends, he made them get out. You ain't spending no money, get out. He bugging, right? So the little dude's still on the couch pushing his demo. So he said, yo, he got the jump off in his hand. He said, yo, you heard what I said, little ninja? Get out. You ain't spending, you know what I'm saying? You ain't pushing that demo in here all night. The dude said, yo, I ain't going nowhere. And he was about 90 pounds. He said, I ain't going nowhere. And Jamel looked at me, and I looked at him, and he said, what? He said, yo, hold this, man. So he gave me the tray pound. He said, nigga, he said, yo, you must have. Guess what the little dude did? He said, yo, it ain't nothing. Yo, they went outside and shot a fair one. The little dude went for his. He was like this. Jamel let him go back in the crib and push his demo after that. It was nothing but respect and love. And this was a little dude. Little dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was in D.C., man. You know what I'm saying? All the haters, you know what I'm saying, gonna be on my body for these stories, man. I'm gonna have to shake them off, man. And this is your man, you know what I'm saying? Your man, 100 grand, you know what I'm saying? The man with the master plan, with my man's right here, my little wire, little methadone, you know what I'm saying, coming at you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, one.